If you are moving to Idaho or you recently moved to Idaho, just stop doing these things. Hey, before we jump into the video, if you are thinking about making a move to the Boise, Idaho area, our channel has everything that you need to know. So if you wouldn't mind, just subscribe to the channel. That way you're up to date with everything that's happening here in the local Boise, Idaho area. If you are thinking about making that move here and you want to connect with us, we'd love it. Shoot us a text, send us an email, or pick up the phone and give us a call. We'd love to learn more about your situation and how we might be able to help.
Help me help you.
So one of the major problems about people coming to Idaho or they've recently moved to Idaho is you just have a lot more people, which can create a lot more problems. More people, more problems.
More money, more problems.
That's how it is. More people, more problems.
More people, more problems.
So what I mean by that is when you move to Idaho, the second you get to Idaho, please, please, please do not go out and buy a sticker to put on the back of the car that says Idaho's full, go home. That is so lame. It is so cheesy when I see that. It's like, come on. Why are you doing that? You know, be proud that you moved to Idaho and that you found this awesome community, but don't be that person who just does that right away. I mean, the only people who could really do that and get away with it are the natives, the people who've been here, the people who worked on the land that your house is probably sitting on.
Get off my land.
So don't be so tacky to go out and get a sticker and put that on the back. Don't be that keyboard warrior, as Ken, my videographer, always says.
Just use the keyboard.
And complain about all the Californians moving to Idaho, because I guarantee you, the person who's complaining and writing that has just moved from California. So don't be that person.
Nobody likes that guy. Don't be that guy.
Doing those things just makes Idahoans look bad and look mean. And that is the opposite of what Idahoans are. Idahoans are nice. They're friendly. They're helpful. They're courteous. They're brave. They're, what's the Scout motto? Like, thrifty. They're, what's the Scout motto?
Be prepared. Boy Scout motto.
A Scout is trustworthy, thrifty, brave, obedient, and reverent. There you go. That's the Scout motto, and that's Idaho. So on that note, I've got free downloads for you to grab right now in the description of this video. One of them is a restaurant guide. The second one is how in the world do I move to Idaho? How do I relocate? Both of those guides will give you information. One will fill your stomach. Two will fill your brain with knowledge. The second thing that you should not do and just stop doing if you're already here is stop complaining about the locals. The locals are the locals. That's what makes it unique. That's what makes it Idaho. That's what makes it such a treasure for people to come here and discover. That is Idaho. Idaho really, and Idahoans really, are people who might stop you when you're trying to check out at the grocery store and ask you how your day is. Oh, and they might remember how your dog is. So they might follow up and say, how's your dog doing? Is the dog feeling better? Is the dog still sick? They genuinely care and they want to have that conversation. So when people come through a checkout line or a drive-through and they just want to grab and go, it really is disingenuous and it's really kind of offensive to the locals who are here, who have really built a community of being friendly to people, genuinely wanting to know about your story and your life. And maybe they're interested in that because they want to help you, or they just generally want to get to know you. So don't be a complainer about the locals who are just really wanting to get to know you, stopping you and saying hi and waving to you. I have had a lot of people come through my office who have ended up purchasing homes and they say, Greg, whoa, culture shock, was not expecting that doorbell to ring and a kid asking for 2 eggs because their mom's making something over in the house and they ran out of eggs. People love to help here in Idaho. Idahoans live kind of by the golden rule. Treat others like you want to be treated. And with that, someone might share an amazing fishing hole or amazing campground or hunting area. Don't share that with everyone. Keep it kind of like a bro secret or, a girl talk, whatever.
It's a secret.
Just keep it to yourself and go out and enjoy it. We don't need to tell everyone about that. Everyone's already finding about Idaho. And if that neighbor finds out that you just gave away that fishing hole, you are cut off. You will not get any more information about cool places to go and check out.
Let's just put it down to the fact that I'm a bad neighbor, all right?
Okay, you've made it to number 3, but you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video. I'm gonna give you a bonus tip that you should never do that's going to save you some heartache. Number 3, do not avoid the warnings from like Fish and Game or Park and Rec. People come to Idaho and they just think that they know better or it wouldn't happen to them. those warning signs are posted because we have wildlife. We have real wildlife here that come in out of the foothills. If you're hiking, you just got to be careful. You got to be paying attention to that. So don't ignore those, because people have lost lives by floating the river or hopping into the river before the city and the Parks and Rec have said, hey, the river is now safe to flow. Because we have so much water that comes down off the foothills, the flow has to be measured carefully and kind of released in a careful manner. And so when the flow is flowing, man, you do not want to be around that river, because it will sweep you and pull you right under. And unfortunately, every year someone ignores that, hops in, and tragedy strikes. So don't ignore the warning signs. Also, when you're out hunting, when you're out camping, when you're out enjoying Mother Nature, please pay attention to not only what the fire hazard is that time that you go out in the summer, but also if there are sightings of coyote, if there are moose sightings or anything like that that could really put you in harm's way or put your family in harm's way. Just avoid it for now. There's plenty of time. There's plenty of Idaho to go around. So just make sure you're paying attention to those signs and warnings. So don't be a John Wayne.
Sometimes he thinks he's John Wayne.
Bonus tip that I have for you that's going to help you avoid heartache is during the winter months or any time that the roads are slick, just slow down. There's no need to rush. There's no need to cause an accident. People who come to Idaho, they think they can handle it. And sometimes, the roads are a little bit slick and icy and people go flying. So please, 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 just slow down. If you're worried about what type of tire to get, if you're moving to Idaho, just an all-weather tire will do you just fine. If you want to take extra caution, you can get snow tires. Or if you have a two-wheel drive vehicle, just throw some sandbags in the back of your trunk and you should be good to go, as long as you're going the speed limit and you're taking extra caution when those roads in those early mornings or late afternoons get a little slick as temperatures fall. You're going to save yourself a lot of heartache. And remember, four-wheel drive does not equal four-wheel stopping. So keep that in mind, slow down, and you'll be just fine. So those are the top 3 things that you should not do when moving to Idaho, plus that bonus. But if you thought of something else, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I'd love to read that. I have a lot of videos around me right now, so hit any one of those and learn more about the Boise, Idaho area. And if you don't mind, just hit that subscribe button below me, and I'll see you on the next video.